Now, we've been listening day in and day out about this commentator, this opinion writer, I'm not sure what he is really, contributor to the Washington Post, who is allegedly, and I believe he was, brutally murdered by the Saudis in their consulate located in Turkey, in Istanbul. Now, that's unbelievable that they would do that. I have been off the air for 11 days, more than 2 weeks. I've been off the air. And the Washington Post dares to write an article last week, a news article by Robert Costa and another person, trying to use the murder, the assassination of this individual as a way not only to trash the President of the United States, but to trash conservatives who are out there whispering against this guy. They're out there whispering against him. And my name appears in the article. Well, how come my name appear in the article when I wasn't even on the air, when I posted nothing on social sites, when I wrote nothing, when I said nothing? How is that possible? Because it's character assassination. The Washington Post, Robert Costa, and the other reporter, and unfortunately my computer is going bonkers, or I'd read it to you. They talk about, and I paraphrase, a number of conservatives, including CRTV, Conservative Review TV, founded by Mark Levin, and they go on to cherry-pick quotes from an individual. And we have scores of individuals that work for CRTV. They don't work for me. I'm not their editor. I'm not their managing editor. I don't even manage CRTV. I believe in it as an alternative to the Washington Post and the rest of them. Strongly believe in it. And my show, Levin TV. I'm responsible for what comes out of my mouth, for what I write and say. But they brought me up. They brought me up in the context of this article. And then the article, because they have a service, a wire service, or a purchase service, Washington Post, where their articles go all over the place, my name starts showing up in all these sites, these news sites, and rather than even say founder, one of the founders of CRTV, Mark Levin, they start quoting me. Quoting me as making comments about this fellow who was assassinated at the consulate. And I never said a word. They put quotation marks around words and assigned them to me. And not a single one of these news outlets will correct it. Not a single one of these new outlets will apologize for it. And what happens down the road is people take what they write and then put it on Wikipedia or repeat it when they write another article about me. They've done this before. You look at Wikipedia now, I have like the longest entry in American history. Because the Media Matters types, the Think Progress types, the MoveOn.org types, all the leftists go on there. Wikipedia, which is a bastardized encyclopedia site, they go on there, they allow these people to cherry pick, they allow them to put on there, they don't lock it down. You will not recognize me. But I'm absolutely silent for over 2 weeks. And they put words in my mouth that I'm part of a whisper campaign against Khashoggi. It reminds me of what took place in March 2017 when I took the actual news reporting by news outlets, McClatchy, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and other sites, so-called legitimate news sites. I lined them all up, 8 or 10 of them. And I pointed out, holy mackerel, look what they've done to Trump. Look what they're trying to do. Look what the FBI is doing. Look what the intelligence services are doing. And it helped trigger what became these investigations into what the FBI and the others were doing. I didn't make up these stories. They wrote these stories. I just put them together. They wrote these stories because now we know senior people at the FBI were leaking to the media. Senior people in the intelligence services were leaking to the media. And the media, as stenographers, were writing what the leakers were saying. I just happened to notice it and put it all together. What they were trying to do is take out Trump, take out individuals in the Trump campaign, take out individuals in Trump world, do whatever they could to push this conspiracy theory about Trump and Russia collusion. And I lay it out. Next thing you know, right-winger, conspiracy therapist. And it goes on and on and on. They repeat each other. They regurgitate each other's words. This isn't a media in this country. It's a joke. It's a joke. 50 years from now, hopefully, depending on what kind of a country we have, they're going to look back on CNN. They're going to look back on MSNBC. And even the New York Times and the Washington Post and all the rest of them. This will be the new period of yellow journalism. Their hate for Donald Trump, frankly, their hate for you is so obvious. They're so completely out of the closet now. It is the new period of yellow journalism. Anything flies. Kavanaugh was involved in gang rapes every weekend for 10 weekends, and the media ran with it. You have an accuser who doesn't have a single shred of evidence. Dr. Ford, treated with mittens, not kid gloves, with mittens. You're not allowed to say a word about her credibility. She had nothing on Kavanaugh. Zero. And the Democrats and the media were prepared to throw due process out of the window. The presumption of innocence out of the window. They want to throw the Electoral College out of the window. They want to destroy the House of Representatives. They want to impeach after the fact Kavanaugh. And while they're at it, they're thinking about impeaching Clarence Thomas. They want to completely ruin the Supreme Court and the entire federal court system, which is bad enough. That's what this election's about. Are you going to stand up to these totalitarians? Are you going to stand up for your country? Are you going to stand up for your Constitution? Like so many generations before us did? Look at your children. Look at your grandchildren. Are you going to fight for them? All you have to do is get off your ass and go vote. And bring 5 or 10 people with you. If you bring 5 or 10 people with you, or if you make sure the conservatives in your family, in your neighborhood, your colleagues vote, we will crush them. We will crush them. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.